Do you miss the glory days of boosted boards? Don't fret, Tynee's got you covered. With the Tynee Board Ultra, you'll be surfing the streets in style. It'll take you to the mall, to class, and even let you blend into boosted group rides. That's right, the Tynee's so similar, the plebs who overpaid for the boosted boards won't even notice. But is the Tynee Ultra's 13S battery more powerful than the competitors? And does the Ultra have what it takes to be the ultimate boosted board alternative of 2022? Keep watching to find out.
Light up your ride and light up your life. Let others see you with tread lights. Light up your ride and light up your life. Let others see you with tread lights.
Get 10% off at checkout at equan.com/treadlights. The Tynee Ultra's deck is made of vertically laminated bamboo and fiberglass, and has a decent amount of flex. It has a gentle concave, which is great for casual cruising and longer rides. It's also cambered like a boosted, which means the deck has an upward arch, if you're into that. Max likes it. At 78 kilograms, the flex and concave are pretty enjoyable for him to ride. While I'm not quite ready to get back on a board because of an injury, I know from past experience that this type of deck is a fun ride, especially if you like pumping on a longboard. Tynee claims that the deck is made by the same manufacturer as Evolve's decks, but I'm not quite sure that is a selling point given Evolve's reputation for quality control. Tynee describes their trucks, which they call PE, as being an improved version of the popular Paris V3, but shorter in height by 4mm. These trucks are 43-degree, 7-inch reverse kingpin, which offer a good balance of both carving and higher speed cruising. Compared to the more common 50-degree angle, the lower 43-degree base plates help with high-speed stability while sacrificing some maneuverability. The stock bushings are all barrels, 95A, and standard size for longboard bushings. The board comes standard with black 90mm 78A Duro wheels, with a 62mm contact patch, which is quite wide. The wider contact patch is nice for more grip when cornering. For those who want something larger or more rugged, there's an option to upgrade to 105mm cloud wheels. The larger diameter and rounded contact patch make the ride more comfortable compared to the 90mm wheels, but the 90mm should give you better grip when carving on a smooth road. This board packs a 281 watt-hour 13S2P battery pack made of Sinowatt 18650 30SP cells rated for 3000 milliamp hours and 15 amps. Max went about 21 kilometers or 13 miles before the board died. That's lower than what I expected for a 281 watt-hour battery. Many variables affect range, but I think it's worth noting that both boards that I know of that use these battery cells got lower than expected range. With that said, battery cells have become more limited in the past couple years, so it's possible that lower battery performance in boards of this price point is becoming the new normal. Max hit a top speed of 41 kilometers per hour or 25 miles per hour. That's slightly lower than Tynee's claimed top speed of 45 kilometers per hour, but 41 instead of 45 really doesn't make a difference to me personally. From Max's time on the board, he noted that the Tynee Ultra felt pretty much like any other board in the same category with a Hobbywing ESC. That's a bit of a letdown since the 13S system, as far as I can tell, is the main thing that separates this board from its competitors, which mostly use 10S or 12S. To be clear, the performance is not noticeably worse than the direct competition. It just isn't noticeably better either. The board ships with a 2-amp charger, which charges the battery from 0 to full in about 3 hours. Before we continue, do me a favor and hit the like button if this video has been helpful. The Ultra is equipped with a belt drive, powered by 2 Hobbywing 170 kV motors, each rated for up to 875 watts. That's a total of 1,750 watts, which is plenty enough to take advantage of the 1,500 watts the battery and ESC can throw at it. A pair of spare belts are included. The board has a Hobbywing ESC and remote. For the uninitiated, Hobbywing makes excellent and reliable ESCs and remotes that are known for their smooth and intuitive controls. Most e-skate brands today use Hobbywing Wings ESCs, regardless of their price points, due to how good they are. According to Max, the acceleration and braking curves feel like any other board in this category that use a Hobby Wing ESC, with ample power delivery of up to 1500 watts to the motors. That's plenty of power even for hills, for people under 85 kilograms or around 200 pounds. In other words, the performance feels more or less like the Tynee Ultra's direct competitors, no better or worse. The remote has an OLED screen that displays a bunch of ride info, like speed, battery level, ride distance, etc. It's also able to turn off and on the board without you having to press a button on the board, which is a nice quality of life feature and pretty standard nowadays. The form factor is similar to other boosted style boards, where the split enclosure makes it convenient to grab in the middle of the board without resorting to maul grabs or towing it behind you. You can of course tow it if you want, or maul grab it, whatever. Weighing in at 7.7 kilograms or 17 pounds, it's on par with its direct competitors and absolutely carryable for short distances. The Tynee Ultra borrows a lot from the boosted stealth aesthetics. It doesn't look nearly as polished up close, but at the same time, it also looks better than I expected. The screws on these enclosures are completely hidden, which I feel is a really nice touch. I would not mind if hidden screws become a trend. The deck construction at the edges could look a little nicer, but it's not a big deal. There are mainly just two things that bother me about how this board looks. First, the logo typography doesn't look very professional. And second is that the enclosures look heavily inspired by the XOA Flex. The overall form looking like a boosted stealth doesn't bother me as much because the shape of products in every industry over time tends to end up looking very similar. Think about phones, televisions, cars, bicycles, and of course skateboards. The Tynee Ultra comes with a 12-month warranty, which is one of the longest warranties in this industry. Like most other brands, you reach out to them by email if something is defective, and they send you replacement parts to fix on your own. Electric skateboards are pretty easy to take apart and put back, so this type of support is generally fine. The founder was a co-founder of Wowgo. Why did they split? I don't know, and I don't care. It happens. I just think it's worth pointing out that the founder is a veteran of this industry, so Tynee isn't just another random brand that popped up. It's likely here to stay. The Tynee Ultra is essentially the 2022 boosted alternative. It's for people who want a reasonably portable street board that rides like a longboard with a flexible deck. It might not feature anything particularly unique, but it is using the tried and true form factor of a boosted board. If what you want is a boosted board in 2022, this is probably the closest option in terms of appearance and ride feel. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that the Tynee Ultra belongs in the category of boards that I personally prefer. Short boards take more effort to ride, and all-terrain boards are just really big and bulky. The longboard style electric skateboards are what I prefer, and what I look forward to riding the most, once my ankle is well enough. I haven't ridden the Tynee Ultra, but I have held it and stood on it, and pushed a little on it. I think it's a board that I would like, not because of anything special, but because it's using a tried and true formula. I've ridden many boards like this, and they're fun, just like how boosted boards were fun. While I don't think we necessarily need another boosted clone, I think this one does stand out as being at least a little better looking. There are other decent looking ones, but I actually quite like how you don't see the screws on the Ultra's enclosures. If nothing else, I think that's a nice feature that Tynee brings to electric skateboards. I know it's a small thing, but it's something. Anyway, boosted may be dead, but its form factor lives on. If this video was helpful at all, please hit the like button.